Welcome to another Fix It Yourself video. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to look at how to install an IKEA corner. This is the door for the corner. So we've got the box here and we're going to just open it up. I like to just score the top so I don't touch the door itself or damage it. So here's the door's going to come like this in pieces. We're going to have to put this down and then look at the instructions, and we'll have to get the hardware for that, which is here. This is the hardware that you purchase when you get the door, and this is going to tell you, there are instructions in here how we're going to install that hardware onto this. So we'll take all the parts out. This is your instruction little hieroglyphics. So we'll be looking at this in a moment. Okay, so now we have all of our parts for installing the corner cabinet door. And what we have here is the instructions that came with the Utrusta hardware. This is the hardware that we're going to use to fasten the door. So that's this here. It shows the hardware closing the door, and so we're going to have to put the one piece on here. That's step number one. Put the piece that connects the main door to the cabinet, and once we put that in, and it tells you to fold those clips over. And once that's in, then we have to install the connectors on the cabinets so that the door can connect to that. And then over on the other side, it shows that we need to install the door onto that cabinet. And once the door is installed on the cabinet, then we need to install the second door for the corner. And so let's go through that, and I'll show you step by step how we're going to do that. Okay. So the first thing is, these are the main connectors on the main door. So here's the main door. The main door goes here. So we need to put this on here like that, just like that. Get that lined up, make sure it's good and hard, and then just put that down. We need a little pressure on this. So that's the first one. Then we'll put the next one on, just like that. Same as the other one. Okay, so that's all good. So now we've got that on, and then we need to install these here. So this will go on just like the other doors, and the tricky thing with this is you have to look at these little guys here, these little connectors. So these are the screws that will screw in. It's the second from the top and second from the bottom holes that we're going to have to connect it to. So you'll see one side does not have as prominent thing to click on, and then one side has, you can see here, it's a larger or higher. So that's the back of it, that's the front of it. And the way I always like to look at this also, there's a screw for an adjustment. These are the two screws that actually fasten this in. Then there's a screw for the adjustment. That screw for the adjustment has to be closer to the front when you're looking at it, so it would be like that. So I'm going to install both of these now, and we'll get this ready to go. So first, this one here, remember, the screw is here, the adjustment screw is there. This is what we use to adjust the door, so that the screw adjustment has to be in the front. So I'll put that in second from the top. You could also use your impact driver if you want, but this is pretty straightforward. So. And then the other one, same thing, look for the screw. There's the adjustment screw, so that goes to the front. Second from the bottom. And that's it. Okay, so now that we've got that installed and this installed, we have to turn the door over. And then you'll see that there are, on this door here, you can see there's like this little thing here has to click in just to click into that little latch there. Okay, so I'm gonna just turn this the right way. I like to start with the bottom one. So we'll click the bottom one on first. That's it. There we go. So you see that? It's a bit tricky, but once you get it on, then that's like all the other doors. So same like this door has same attachment, so it's pretty much the same as a door, except now this one, being that it's a corner, we have to attach the second door, which is this one. So on this door we need to attach this secondary hardware, or this additional hardware. So this would be the clips that go on here, and then we would have to attach this onto here. So we're going to go like that, and these are going to require to be screwed in. So you see it's already got the pre-drilled holes. Put that on. So now that we've got that on, so what we'll need to do is get the door oriented so that the hardware goes on here, and you see when you close the door, it will give you a nice appearance. So the hardware's got to go on there like that. So we'll get that ready, we'll prepare the hardware. Okay, so just to be certain that we have this installed the right way, one way to know for sure is you actually just take the hardware and you can see where it clips in. So you can see, just looking at this here, you can see that we've got side with an additional hole and two holes. That side goes closer to the inside, and that goes further out in that door. So essentially you can see here where it's going to click in here in this little slot, and the one thing is that on the back you can see it's got this bit of a ledge here, or a bit of a slope. So what happens is the back of that thing will click over that and latch in. So I'm going to show you how that's going to go. So essentially what we want is this side clicking in here like that, and then once it's in, and what that will do is it will actually click on there. You see how it clicked on there? And then to release it you have to just push on that. So that's why we know this is going to go onto the door like that. So I'm getting ready to put that on like that. So essentially I want that guy to go the same way. Okay, so that when this is going to close, it's going to give me like that. Okay, so I know that I want that like that. So I'm just going to put the two latches on. One there at the top, one at the bottom. Okay, so now we take the door as it is, and we're going to find the latch here. The latch clicks on, the lower latch, should be able to find it in place, click it on. So there we go. So there we have it. We've got our door installed, our corner door is installed, and once we put a handle on this, be able to open our door nicely. That's now. Next we're going to put the door handle on there. I'll have to get our jig the way we've had it set up and put the door handle on. Okay, so now we have our jig for installing the door handles. So this is the jig, and you see here, this is the one where we're going to put it onto the door like this. There and there. I'll get my quick clamps and my drill. So once we have those installed, now we're ready to drill. Okay, normally I would have put a backing on here, but that's okay. So we take that off, take this off, take our jig off, set them aside, and we'll get our hardware now. Now we have our hardware door handle. Put that on. Also, much like we did with all the others, separate videos. That's it, and so we have now our door for the corner cabinet installed, complete with a handle. And if you want, you can check the level. I mean, it's up to you, but I always like to check the level. Just go across here and we're pretty darn level here, you see that? So we all set, and got our last door handle installed, and that's complete. Hope you liked the video, hope this was helpful, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Thank you for watching.